Recognize the member for Oshawa.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. The terribly heavy-handed Bill 5, rammed through this legislature, will allow the province to designate special economic zones that will not be subject to provincial laws or protections. This Premier usually favours bulldozing the province, but in the case of his 401 tunnel, it seems the Premier will be digging himself into a very deep hole. The 401 is one of the busiest highways in the world, and ostensibly, while still in operation, this Premier wants to bore a tunnel underneath it. This 401 tunnel plan is apparently going to be one of these special economic, law-free zones. Why does the Premier think digging under the 401 should be exempt from labour, safety, planning, environmental, and any other provincial laws?
Minister of Transportation.
Madam Speaker, every step of the way, the opposition, whether it's the NDP or Liberals, have doubted our plan to build, whether it be the Scarborough subway extension, the Ontario line, the Eglinton West extension, the Finch, the Hazel-McCallion lines. Every single time, the members opposite have stood up and said we couldn't get it done, we couldn't get shovels in the ground. Guess what? Shovels are in the ground, and we're building for the future, Madam Speaker. The NDP and Liberals have no vision for this province. They don't want anything to get built. But I'll guarantee you this, Madam Speaker, we are going to get shovels in the ground. We're going to build that tunnel because that is what the people of this province have elected us to do, whether it's the 413, whether it's the Bradford bypass, or removing tolls across the province. That's what we're committed to doing. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to get those shovels in the ground.
Recognize the member for Oshawa.
Thank you. Back to the Premier. The Premier's team wants us to imagine that an underground tunnel from Brampton to Markham is nation-building. For what will surely be $1 trillion by the time the digging starts, we could have built the homes we need, built practical transit, ensured people have access to medical care, and fixed our education system. The Prime Minister asked for a list of nation-building projects, and this Premier has offered a list of Ford Nation-building projects. Why is the Premier's 401 pipe dream the #1 priority for this government?
Recognize the Minister of Transportation.
Madam Speaker, this is the plan we took to the people of this province who returned Premier Ford and this government to a historic and landmark third majority government, Madam Speaker. And that is why, Madam Speaker, that is why we will continue to push forward and move forward these incredible projects, whether it be the 413, that is going to employ thousands of people across the province, the Bradford bypass, which is going to save over 30 minutes each way, Madam Speaker, or whether it's our historic investments in transit, the Ontario line, moving 400,000 people every single day. And guess what, Madam Speaker, whether it's the NDP or Liberals, the Liberals who did nothing for 15 years, built upside-down bridges, couldn't get a transit project off the ground, Madam Speaker, we'll take no lessons from them. We are going to build for the future. We're going to get those subways running, Madam Speaker, and we are going to ensure the future generations of this province can ride on subways, LRTs, and highways.